How to make gold mid-game. So this is a little bit more advanced. I did a video not too long ago about how to make gold when you start, but this is how to make gold, when you get late game. So basically, as you can see over here, if you look over here, availability of goods, when you click finance over here, so finance, that's the third tab, you will have over here what we call like stats for how much you need to sell, like food for sale, alcohol for sale, the average wealth for people, and the food that you distribute to prisoner. So look carefully at my what I did over here. So you're gonna notice that here food for sale gets 64 out of 64. So that's very important that you have 64 food for sale, and it doesn't have to be just rutabaga. It can be the combination of rutabaga and flour. So what I'm trying to say is that if let's say I do minus over here, right? So food. So I can go all the way down if I want to. I'm still gonna be okay, right? I'm still gonna be okay. But the problem is that I'm only going to sell rutabaga, and the problem with rutabaga, like later you will notice that a lot of people, they may get sick. There's like some sort of like disease that you get if you only eat rutabaga, right? So what you're gonna do, one way to fix the disease, if you don't want to have disease with them, is to actually reduce the amount of rutabaga you sell. So I'm gonna reduce it over here down to but you don't want to reduce it too much, because the reason is because your peasant over here, like, they don't make a lot of money, right? So if you reduce everything, and let's say your peasant doesn't have enough money to buy the flour, because the flour is 4 gold, right? So basically, if they make 5 gold, they'll be able to buy, let's say the flour, but they will have only 1 gold left. So if they want to drink, they won't be able to do so per day, which is going to be an issue. So that's why you're going to make sure that they can buy something to eat every day and have enough to buy something to drink at the end of the day, which is why you gotta make sure you sell enough rutabaga to all your peasants. I'm going to keep it down to 5 gold, for my peasants. And here I'm going to give 7 gold to my warriors. By default, I think it was 5 gold before, but the reason I do 7 gold is because my warriors are very important for my base. They are like the soldiers, and they're also like the police in my base. So if these guys are not happy, I'm not going to have any protection, and a lot of people are going to attack me, and I'll be in deep trouble. So that's why I raise the price. And this is mid-game, by the way. You don't have to raise the price, but I want to, and I explain to you later why. But if you come back to the peasant, for 5 gold, they can ensure to buy at least rutabaga, and they can ensure to buy moonshine. If I reduce the price of moonshine, then here it's gonna say that setting your price lower to the market price given by the holy caravan may lead to the emergence of speculator. Speculator means a lot of people will come here, they're gonna buy all your food, and they're gonna sell it to another neighbor, which is not good. That's why I'm gonna leave it at 3. Same thing with the beer. The beer, I'm supposed to leave it at 6 gold. But the problem with that is if I put it at 6 gold, my warrior only makes 7 gold. So if they spend 4 gold over here, 4 or 5, they're going to have only 3 gold left. If they only have 3 gold left, they will be able to only buy moonshine, which is a good thing. But the problem is I want them to buy beer, which is why I'm leaving it down to 3 gold. You understand? The only issue is that vagabonds, they may come in my village and buy some of my beer to leave. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing. In other words, so it's like a trade-off technically. But the thing is that a lot of my warriors will be able to buy beer. It's just that some of them will be sold to vagabonds that will resell it to another neighbor, which is an issue. So that's why you need to kind of think of what you're going to do. The other option is to bring it up to 6 gold, which is fine, but then I will have to raise their salary to like, what is it? So that was 4, 6, that's 10. I will have to give them 10 gold each, which would cost me 355 gold. I could do that. And that would reduce the amount of vagabonds that will come over here to buy my beer. You understand? Now, that's a trade. You need to seriously think about that. Do you have enough gold? Like over here, I have 1,337 gold. So I'm making a lot of gold right now, and that's something I'm going to come and explain to you later on. But the thing is, you have to make sure that everybody's happy with the amount of food provided. So here it says, so see here I have 0 flour, 34 rutabaga, right? So here I'm missing food for sale. So I'm going to put it up here all the way to 64. Well, I mean, I'm going to reach 64. So now I'm fine. I can go, so basically I could go higher than 64 if I want to, which I will. The reason is because, like I said, some vagabonds that will come to my place and they're going to buy more than I have, right? And they're going to buy some of them to resell somewhere else because I'm putting this at 4. Or I can enhance the price at 5 and give a salary of 11 to my warriors, which then means, let me double check. So that could be another option. And you know what? Thinking about it, because I have a lot of money and because my warriors are important, I'm going to leave it at 5, and here I'm going to leave it at 6. So basically what happens is that even if I pay my warriors at 11 gold, they're all going to spend their gold back in the flour and beer. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? And I'm not going to have any issue with the vagabonds anywhere. As you can see, I don't have any issues. Make sure that the prisoner, they have flour and rutabaga. Now, if you don't have enough flour, because the thing is, you need to produce it, right? So if you don't have enough flour, you want to remove this, right? And you just want to feed them with rutabaga. But the problem is that prisoners are important as well, and I'll tell you why. That's because prisoners are also your workers and they are working for free. So if your prisoners are happy, they will be able to be productive in the field. So if you have, let's say, a lot of fields like rutabaga, you have rye field or whatever field that you have, right? Prisoners will come and work for you. Same thing with the mining, same thing with anywhere else, lumber mill, etc., etc. So that's why providing them with good food is important as well as the drink. Now, some of them, oh, how did they get beer? How the hell did he get beer? I'm not giving them any beer. What they she no ne how ma what? 1 second over here. I'm not giving them beer. It's at 0. Did they stole it? Did they did they stole it? Because I give 0 beer to them. How did they get beer, son of a gun? Oh, these little thief. These little goddamn. But I mean, it's a good thing. They will have a buff with the alcohol. But I give them moonshine only. How the hell do they get? How the hell do they get the beer? Okay, maybe it's a bug. I don't know. But anyway, they're not supposed to get beer. But I mean, you know, whatever. Anyway, but I have a lot of beer, as you can see. I have a lot of flour. Now, going back over here. So this is one big solution, but that's because I make a lot of gold. And the other way I'm making a lot of gold is because I'm selling a lot of stuff to the trader, right? I'm selling a lot of whatever I don't need, right? Like rutabaga. So I'm going to sell that to the trader. And I can also sell like mining. I can sell, I could sell bow and dagger, you know, I can sell whatever, right? And the other way that I sell is to have a contract deal with other with other village. So over here, I have a contract with this guy over here. Over here, as you can see, I have a contract agreement that I'm going to sell 8 meat for 67 gold. That was for 15 days. Now I have 10 days left, so I'm making passive income with these guys, and I can do the same thing with anybody else if I have anything to sell. Let's see. So this guy, he wants to buy spears. I don't have spears. I don't have medical salve. This guy wants to buy paper. I don't have any. This guy wants to buy meat. I cannot sell more meat than I have right now because I'm producing enough meat. So you need a pig farm for that. So I have a pig farm over here. And as you can see, I make just enough meat. Like, if I had a lot of meat, I wouldn't mind, but I don't have enough. And you gotta make sure you got 50 rutabaga in order to feed your cows. Not your cows, your pig. So if you go over here and you go to, let me see, resources, and you go to pig farm, it says to start the breeding recycle, you require a supply of 50 rutabaga to feed for the pig, and you can produce up to 45 meat, right? So right now I have 169 rutabaga, which is the reason why you're gonna make sure that late game you will be able to have more rutabaga. You have 3 workers, per field, and you can have a 4th one if you can. That would be even better. I can even put more people over here. Do I have? Oh yeah. See, the thing is, here it says healthy unemployed. So if you have more people available, then you can add more people to your field, right? So that's that. And same thing over here. That's rutabaga field, but this one is not complete. Here I have rye field. Here I have hop field. You know what I mean? So going back over here, so that's one big solution to to solve. So you need, now you're gonna say, why don't I increase the wage of the peasant? I could do it too. I could do it too. Let me double check. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to, because like right now, I'm taking a risk right now. I'm taking a risk because if I give too much money, I may have no more money anymore. So let me double check how much money do they the babo. Let me see how much money they have. Let's see this guy. So he has 2 gold left. Yes, 25 gold left. So it depends. Some people have a lot of gold. Some people have no gold. Where the hell do they spend all their gold? Maybe I could increase the raise. Maybe I could increase their salary, because I'll go it to. Oh man, that's a lot of money. but they're gonna spend it anyway. They're gonna spend it all. So maybe I could increase it so they'll be more productive. I'll go it to 8 gold. I'll see if it's an issue, and I will reduce it, because the thing is, like I said, you give them gold, but they're gonna spend it all in the food and beer. So it's a win-win situation as long as they're happy. The only difference is that they'll be happy, and this is gonna be higher. And the higher their salary, the more migration you'll get. You understand? So I gotta think about. Let me see if I what if I go higher? What happened? No, that it doesn't. I want to see if that moves. So I'm gonna put it to. I want to see what happened if I put it at, what was it, 7? Um, no, that was at 8. So let's see what happened if I put it at 8. Okay, so it's not immediate. So I unpause it. I want to see if that would change, but I have to see it. Maybe it's gonna take time. I'm gonna come back and see if it's good or not. Rutabaga over here, I'm gonna put it to maybe 40. Flour, I'm gonna put it at 34, just in case. Just in case that something goes wrong or whatever. So as that, the beer, I'm gonna go up to 30, and the moonshine, I'm gonna put it down to. I'm not gonna put maximum. I'm gonna put down to 30. So I'm gonna put down to 30 and 30 beer and see what happens there. And that's that. So that's that, guys. And like I said, this is late game. The other thing, you need to be you need to have at least 3 workers in the brewery, so that you got to make sure that you produce, what needs to be produced in time, because if this is not produced, you're going to be in deep trouble. You understand? And that's it. And you need to have warehouse. You see it here, I have my market, I have my tavern, right? So you got to make sure you allow people to buy beer and moonshine. Over here, you got to make sure you allow people to buy rutabaga and flour. The meat, I don't sell it. Like I said, the meat, I don't want to sell it because I don't make enough meat. Maybe I need to do 2 pig farm. Maybe if I do 2, let me, you know what? Maybe I should actually. I haven't thought of that. So I'm going to do a secondary one to get more meat. Pig farm, how much would that 40 go? Okay. All right. So let me see if that works. I don't know. Maybe that's there we go. I'm going to put it over here and see if that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do even more pig farm, and maybe I'll do even more brewery as well. So I'll see what I'll do. You know what I mean? And yeah, then that's that. And then when you have enough meat, you can uncheck this and sell your meats, and people will be even more happy. And there's a book also that you can buy, which will enhance the happiness if people eat meat. So where's the book? The book is cooking meat, this one. So if you learn this one, which I will later on, the positive thought but on eating meat in the province will be twice as strong. So you have a higher buff for meat. So that's why meat is important. And if you can have, more pig farm, if you can have more pig farm, it is highly recommended. I mean, this is for a late game, by the way. And as you can see, I have a lot of people migrating to in my town, so I'll be able to afford the employee, and I'll be able to pay them, and I'll be able to make my money back. You know what I mean? So if I click over here, and if I click resources and pig farm, if you read, it says pigs are raised for meat. The pig population is slaughtered every 6 day. Every 6 days, so it's very slow, guys. So it takes a lot of time just to get like 45 meat. But to get 45 meat, you need to have 3 workers. So it says to start off the breeding cycle requires a supply of 50 as feed for the pig. So you need at least 50 rutabaga in order to start the cycle. And 3 workers can produce 45 meat. You know what I'm saying? So every 6 day. It means that you need a lot of pig farm in order to produce a lot of meat, for a longer period of time, because otherwise, see right now I only have 3 meats. That's because everybody's eating the meat, and because everybody's eating the meat, I have nothing for 6 days. You understand? So over here, if you look at my pig farm, it says I need 100 rutabaga. Now I don't know why it says 100, because it says 50, but here it says 100. So this is even worse. Is it because I have 2 workers? I don't know. But here it says 100 rutabaga. How did I get to level 2? I don't know. So maybe when you get every level, it's going to cost you 50 rutabaga. So that's the reason why over here it says 100 rutabaga, because I'm level 2. So at level 3, it's going to be 150 rutabaga per 6 day. Don't forget, it's per 6 day. So you got to double check all the rutabaga that you have. See, right now I have 0 rutabaga. Why? Because I'm using it in order to produce moonshine. And I'm using it also for the people to eat. So if you're going to use it for the meat as well, for the pigs, you need a lot of rutabaga. Right now I'm out of rutabaga, so it's not very efficient right now for me, because people are going to starve. But good Lord, I have flour. Oh, I have no more flour, but I used to have a lot. Where's my flour? Okay, so wait a second. So I need to produce Okay, so I need to produce more flour. Yeah, so I need to produce the flour or I'm in deep trouble. But in order to produce flour, you need to have the rye. So good lord that I have the maths for that. So like I say, guys, having a pig farm is really late game because you need a lot of rutabaga and you have to wait 6 days to get 45 meat for 3 workers, and you have to upgrade. You need to upgrade the thing here. Whatchamacallit, the what is this? So I don't know why it says 100 over here and here it says nothing. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it's 100 rutabaga per level 2 pig farm. So you got to be careful with that, guys. So that would be 200. That would actually be 200 rutabaga. Holy shit. And plus I'm doing a third one over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pause this guy because yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Another thing that is important, let me see. You gotta make sure that your city is properly secure. As you can see, I have a scaffold over here, and I have 3 workers. These guys are like the people who like prevent crimes. You need to have these people because you're gonna have a lot of vagabonds. You see, I have 4 vagabonds and 1 cutthroat. Wait, I have 3 vagabonds and 1 cutthroat, so you need someone to take care of them, and you also need to have. You see, it says at the bottom, says homelessness, rutabaga fever. So one of the reasons why they become vagabonds because they have no house, which is why you need. I'm building a new house here, which wait, did I just build a house? Wait a second, 10. What? It's already filled? What? How is it already filled? Oh my god. Okay, so okay, whoa, okay, I need more houses. So there you go. I did not know that was full. I thought that was not even full. So 2 people need I mean, sorry. That's the reason why if you look over here, so that which is why it says 2 are homeless. So because they are homeless, they become vagabonds. That's one reason. So that's why you need to build another house in order to make sure they have, they don't become vagabonds and they, cause trouble in your village. The other thing, rutabaga fever, is something that you, like I did mention in one of my other video, is something that happens when you eat only rutabaga, and that will occur during mid game, which is why I highly recommend, if you can, to buy this book over here, Braised rutabaga. Once you learn this, meaning that people will get the disease but they will not die, because if you don't learn this and if you don't have enough, like this guy over here, medical salve, they will have 50% chance to die, and I don't have enough medical salve because I did not build the alchemy lab yet. That's which is why the other option is to read this book so that I acquire the knowledge so that nobody dies. They will still have the disease, but they will heal, but it was going to take some time and some people will be impaired. Do you understand? So everything is progressive. And yeah, make sure you have the barack for warriors. Make sure warriors, they have a house. Make sure the lords all have a house as well, so that people don't complain like, oh, I'm homeless and I don't have any house and all blah blah blah. Make sure you have warehouse everywhere, well positioned next to your tavern and next to your like market, so that it's easier for people to pick up the food and everything. And that's it, guys. So I hope that this helped you to understand better. Also here, if you go on the second tab for production over here, you got to make sure that you produce what you can produce. So if you produce too much, you'll be out of mats, right? So here I said 100. So here I said produce until I get 100. So right now I have 73, right? But I don't need 100. I don't need 100 because, like I said in the finance, you see here, all I need is 34. So if you go back over here, I already have 73. So I don't need to go even higher, meaning I can lower this down to 73. Unless you want to have more, just in case, you can do that, and that you want to sell the excess to your neighbor, you can do that too. So, and you know what? I'll be honest with you, I'm going to bring it back to 100. And the reason I say this is because I just want to make sure that I have extra excess just in case somebody else want more flour for any reason. If I can sell it to my neighbor, then I will. If I can sell my beer to my neighbor, then I will. So anything you have in excess can be sold. That's how you make your gold. But in order to make the beer, in order to make the flour, you got to make sure you have the mats. And to have the mats, you got to make sure you have the fields. So it's all a progressive thing, guys. And you're not going to have this when you start. You're going to have this during late game. So you have to understand this is mid game. So when you get mid game, you will be able to acquire all this if you have properly managed your base from the start. And when everything start rolling, then you can have a bigger army. Then you can start attacking more people. You can start defending your, whatever. You can invade people. You can have better armor. Everything is progressive. Another thing I suggest to have a temple. If you have 2 temples, you will be in heaven. People will be super mega happy. So you want to have temples if you can. But like I said, this is expensive to make, because if you go over here, service, it says it costs 150 wood and 10 ore. But the thing is, 150, wood is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with that. But if you can, then late game, then it's a good thing. So that's that, guys. So make sure also that the prison over here, make sure the prison, you can have up to 21 people. I have 13 people. So you got to make sure if you go above that, that you have another prison so that, people don't start sleeping in the street and become all vagabonds or anything. So I hope that this answered all your question about how to make more money in mid game and how to control your your productivity, because you don't want to go crazy with that. And if you do too much, you will have, if you don't have the mats, then you, let's say for rutabaga, so if I want 70 moonshine, which is fine, then you got to make sure you have 70 rutabaga, and I have more than enough, and the rest of the rutabaga will be used for consumption. So if you go over here, I need to have at least 39 free to be given to the population, and I need to have at least 70 free in order to make the moonshine. So if you make the calculation, 70 plus 39 equals 109. So here I have 169, meaning I'm gonna have 60 rutabaga left. You understand? So you have to make that mental calculation, because if you don't, that's the purpose of a strategy game. You need to strategize, you need to calculate, you need to do the math, you need to deduce, you need to do everything. That's why I love this game, because everything is about, you need to use your skills as a strategist in order to make sure that everything falls in a proper way, so everything is progressively growing in a proper way. So yeah, guys, so I hope that this helped you. If it does, please like us up. Thanks for watching. See you in my next vid. Cheers.